Hello, and welcome back to the bedroom. Been a few months, and I'm here for my review of the purple mattress and the purple Harmony pillow. Now, you might guess from the fact that I'm not sitting on a purple mattress that I'm going to give it a bad review, but you would be mistaken. I will explain. If you go watch my original video about the purple mattress, which I will link up here, I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but I did get a good night's sleep, and then I got another good night's sleep, and then I started getting some pretty good night's sleep. Well, then why aren't you sitting on a purple mattress? I'll get to that. First, let me tell you, I can give my highest recommendation to the Purple Harmony pillow. These pillows are amazing. It's made of that hex grid, like I explained in that video, and it's just they flatten out. And if you recall, I got two. I got one that the medium height, the low height, which is like 4.5 inches, and then the high height, which is like 5.5 inches, and then they have an even bigger one that's like 6.5 inches, because you sink into them pretty well. And I said I was going to return one of them. Well, I didn't. I decided I kind of liked having the option of that extra inch. Sometimes I want my head to be up a little higher, and sometimes I don't. Now, they're $150 a piece, so you really got to want them. But I got to tell you, especially the first few weeks, this did more to help me get a good night's sleep than the mattress did. My highest recommendation for the Purple Harmony pillow. It is just amazing. It's a little heavy, but it's on the bed. I never pick it up. So I love these pillows. They stay cool because of it's got that breathe through stuff. I showed you in that video. The inner, well, I can show you again. See, the inner core is foam, but it has, well, you can't really see it there's a cover on it, but there's little holes, so it breathes through the pad inside, and then of course the pad outside is the gel grid, except it's a hexagonal instead of, well, this is got here today, so that's why I'm shooting this video, because I can't put off giving my review anymore because the purple mattress is gone. Let's talk about that. So like I said, the purple mattress, that gel grid is incredibly comfortable. It was an incredibly comfortable mattress, but there was one problem with it for me. It was too firm. I didn't sink down in it far enough, so my hips didn't go down enough so that my spine wasn't aligning just right. Plus, and this is a selling point of the purple mattress, that gel grid makes it incredibly easy to roll over. I mean, it's no effort at all, which means in my sleep I would roll over. Well, I got problems, and I can really only sleep on my left side, and if I roll over and sleep on my right side, I'm going to wake up in some kind of pain, usually my leg. I don't know what I do in my sleep that makes my leg hurt so much, but it does. So it was just way too easy to flop over. Now, remember, I got my purple mattress at Mattress Firm. Well, instead of carrying the RestorePremier soft and firm, they just have a RestorePremier, which is in between. It's not the firmest and it's not the softest. I don't even think the softer one would have done me any good because, again, that gel grid makes it just so easy to roll. And that's the one thing I can't be doing. So I returned it. It kind of broke my heart because I really like it. It was so comfortable, and the gel grid kept you cool, and it's a fantastic mattress. It just wasn't for me because I need to sink in really deep so that it's hard for me to roll over, so that I have to make an effort, because that way in my sleep I won't just automatically roll over while I'm sleeping. I need to have to make an effort to turn over. And this, I don't know if you can tell, I'm sinking way into this, just sitting here on the edge of it. Yeah, you sink way into this thing. So there will be a review coming. Well, again, I just got it today. I haven't even slept on it yet. But this is the This is the Tempurpedic LuxeAdapt Soft. Now, I may have mentioned that Mattress Firm, well, Purple has I think, 100-day return policy. Mattress Firm has 120-day. I only waited 90 days because, like I said, I was starting to have some pains. The Purple mattress did relieve most of my deep back pain. Well, that and the nerve block and the physical therapy and all the other stuff I did. But it really did help. But again, I just kept flipping over. I'd wake up on my right side in pain. I need to wake up on my left side, not in pain. So I went back to Mattress Firm to return the Purple. And they talked me into this Tempurpedic. I tried it, and I really did sink in the way I want. Now, the problem with Tempurpedic and all memory foam mattresses is the heat. And in fact, that's why I replaced my old one, I sank in good, but then I'd get really hot. Well, this has, I don't know if you can see it I don't know if the camera picks it up. There's silver threads in the cover here that wick away the heat. So you shouldn't get as hot. I'll let you know in a few weeks after I've slept on it a while, see if I'm keeping this one. My review of the Purple mattress is fantastic mattress. The gel grid is incredible and incredibly comfortable. You have to get used to it. It took a couple of nights. But once I got used to it, but again, it makes it real easy to roll over. And by the way, it also makes it easier if you're a couple. Like when other people sit down on the bed, it won't disturb you because the gel grid isolates. So it's great for isolation. It's great for rolling over. So if you're not a heavy side sleeper like I am, I can only sleep on my side. I just couldn't do it because it's too easy to roll over. Now, most of you would probably want something that makes it easy to turn over. So you probably wouldn't want this kind of bed. But the Purple mattress, again, it's a great mattress. It's just not for me. With my particular health issues and aches and pains and arthritis and the pronated disc in my back and all this other stuff, it wouldn't keep me in a position where I could wake up in the morning and not be in some sort of pain. By the way, usually my leg, not my back, because when I sleep on my right side, I do something to this leg. I don't know what, but I mess my knee up, so I wake up and I can barely walk for a few hours. I love the Purple mattress. It just wasn't for me. So I still give that a good review unless you're a heavy side sleeper. If you're a heavy side sleeper, maybe the Premier Restore Soft would work, but I wasn't willing to give it a chance. Not after, because how much softer could it be than the one I had, and how much harder could it have been to roll over than the one I had? Because you're not going to sink in like this. This I go down like a sink in a foot. May not be for you. I'll report back again in a month or two about this mattress. But that's it. That's my review of the Purple. The Purple Harmony pillow gets my highest recommendation. I can give a good recommendation to the Purple mattress, the Premier Restore, but it's just not for me. It's too easy to roll. That's a quick one for today. Next week, I'll probably be talking about Apple Intelligence because I've got some thoughts on that I didn't get to in my iPad review and my Vision OS 2 overview. So come back for that. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Bye-bye. And now I'm going to go try out my new mattress and see if I can wake up in no pain at all. That would be a real change. Thanks for staying to the end. Bye-bye.